Hey everyone, Sean here with BlueRidgeSilverhound. Hope everyone's having a great start to your day or great end to your weekend. I'm uploading this Sunday night, so a few of you will probably jump on Monday, when you guys get ready for work or get ready for your week. But we're going to take a look at the top relevant modern post-1900 coins, all graded, of course, have sold here in the last 7 days. All right, so we have a whole host of new coins from great collections that we're going to go ahead and take a look at. And as you would have guessed, we certainly have quite a surprising one here. And this is something that's kind of been brewing here in the last few weeks. We're beginning to see like really nice kind of like registry, I guess, quality Roosevelt dimes to have sold, since probably mid-month. And I think it's kind of boiled up to one of the best performing weeks for Roosevelt dimes. And the question really is kind of thrown out there. Are we seeing kind of an emergence of Roosevelt dime desirability out there, just based on what we're seeing? We're going to talk a little bit about that. But of course, we have just an insane grouping of coins for this week. Again, proving that 2022 is continuing to perform the same way that 2021 kind of kicked off. The collectibles market in general has been pretty good for certain areas, and coins continues to pave the way. So if you're looking to get into a commodity or a hobby where you're going to have a lot more guarantees for future value, numismatics seems to be that for sure thing today. So first and foremost, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Again, all of the images here are of great collections. And if you're looking to either buy that nice marquee centerpiece for your collection, or you have some really nice high-end coins that you want to consign with an auction house, look no further. Great Collections is one of the top choices out there today. I would say they're a lot easier than eBay, a lot better to deal with, and you get your money relatively fast too. Plus, the big bonus of commanding full market value for your coin is also a huge bonus compared to selling anywhere else. So go ahead and check them out, greatcollections.com. But let's go ahead and start out with the first slot of coins. We always like to start out at the lower denomination. And we have a few of these missing mint mark proof coins on the list. All right, and they're all great cherry picks if you're able to find one in a proof set. How about a 1990 No S Lincoln set? Now, keep in mind, these coins were produced in San Francisco. However, the dies were prepared in Philadelphia. So there were a few dies that had gotten sent to the San Francisco Mint, sans the S Mint mark. And that's really what happened. And that's generally what has happened for a few dates of these missing mint mark proof coins for whatever reason. Now, this one right here is in really nice condition. It's a really nice high-grade Proof 68 red with deep cameo. Of course, a coin of this ilk and this particular date will have some of that really nice cameo frosting, and that's what you would normally expect for coins of this type. And then there on the slab label, you can see it says No S. Now, keep in mind, a regular coin will have an S mint mark, and they're all proof strikes. The regular business strikes that we see coming out of change will all normally have no mint mark because they're produced in Philadelphia. So where did this one sell at? It's been some time since we've seen a No S 1990 Lincoln. This one commanded $4,452.38 on Great Collections. Great way to start it out, but it's not done there yet. How about this really nice 1983 Lincoln Memorial? Of course, it's got the doubled die reverse on there. It's unmistakable. It's going to be one of those coins, that variety that's going to smack you right in the face because it's that strong and that vibrant on there. This one is a pretty decent shape. It's a Mid-State 66 red. If you're looking to find a nice higher end kind of piece for your collection without paying the Mid-State 67 or 68 grades, look no further. This is a good one here to have. This one realized $1,306.12. And for that kind of money, I think you're getting a lot of coin here. And these things continue to go up in price year in, year out. They're not exactly scarce. You're always going to find a few examples out there in the open market, whether it's on eBay, Great Collections, or any one of the higher end auction services. These are always available. But when they go beyond kind of like that mid-state 64, especially problem-free and especially without the plating blisters, which these are notorious for, and that kind of like kills the eye appeal. Finding one in grades higher than 64, of course, is going to be a little bit of a challenge. So I would certainly kind of entertain, if you're looking for a higher end piece, entertain something that is on one of these auction houses. Now this one right here, ladies and gentlemen, no doubt about it, has Registry set written all over it. 1958 Lincoln wheat cent was minted into oblivion. You could say the same for a number of coins on the list tonight. But this particular coin right here, compared to most other Registry set coins that are typically in PCGS plastic, this one instead is an NGC Mid-State 67 Plus full red example. But it's also worth mentioning it was also sent to CAC and was blessed with that green sticker. Again, a coin that I wouldn't personally invest in unless you were a participant in the Registry set through either NGC or PCGS, so keep that in mind. This one sold for $3,262.50. Now here's a very unconventional one, and actually it's an Annex graded coin. What we have here is a 1953 S over S repunch mint mark. It's RPM number 25 in the files, and again, Annex graded and a little bit older plastic holder. This one, however, grades a mid-state 67 red. Yeah, this one, actually, the amount of money it sold for kind of took me by surprise because, you know, it has the grade to put it just solidly into a really nice Registry set minus the RPM. But at the same time, you know, it is an RPM. Of course, Annex grades some of these more minor type of repunch mint marks, whereas PCGS and NGC doesn't go to that level. This one, a staggering sum of money, actually, for what it is, sold for $3,487.50. I'm just trying to kind of like find the clarity in what drove the price of this one. Could it be the grade? Of course, people don't really see Annex Mid-State 67s as being the Registry set coin that you want to add. But it could be the RPM too. You know, it is a really minor RPM. Have I said that already? It's not a cherry picker's guide, so I don't know. This one's kind of a mystery to me, but it is what it is. That's how much it's sold for. Keep in mind, this is a little bit of plastic from the holder of that Annex slab. So that's that little overlapping kind of fin right there, in case you guys were wondering. Now here's another Registry set coin, this time a 1947p Lincoln wheat cent. This one here is a PCGS Mid-State 67 full red. Also CAC certified. A lot of people are gravitating more towards the CAC coins for their Registry set bombs. And this one right here certainly caught the eye of a few people that wanted to upgrade their existing 67s that are not CAC'd. This one right here realized $2,311.88. Continuing on, just a really nice deep lineup of Lincoln cents. How about 33D? Okay, this is I would consider to be kind of like that final date of the much more tougher grades, tougher dates of Lincolns, going a little bit beyond the Great Depression age of coin production, where, you know, quality is kind of like iffy. But in 33, things began to get a lot better. Okay, we've experienced better looking working dies that were used to produce these coins. But this one right here is a huge grade at a Mid-State 67 plus full red through NGC. Is a serious upgrade for any Registry set looking to bump up their existing Mid-State 67 coin that they have in there. This one right here, no surprise, sold for $3,411.88. And yeah, just a good looking coin here overall. And of course, we're going to end it off on the biggest coin out of this particular group. How about 31S? As you guys know, this is one of the keys to the series with a mintage under a million. This one right here is a coin that was hoarded in much higher grades because people knew that it was going to be a lot lower mintage. Coin collectors were collectors back even in the 30s. And they went out of their way to pick up, rolls of these, maybe a few bags, wherever you can. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot to go around because of the low, scarce mintage. But yeah, this is a great example here, again, for a registry set. But you could also say that this is a great investor piece as well at this grade level. It is a 66 plus full red, CAC certified as well. Just a good looking tight piece that sold for $8,156.25. Now we're skipping right over Jefferson nickels because we do have a couple really nice modern, I guess, buffaloes. And when I mean modern, I mean more kind of like the 1930s stuff that you guys need to know about. Because these are coins, again, if you had watched my video from about a week ago where I talked about some relatively affordable coins that you could pick up at certain dollar values, I had Mint State Buffalo Nickels at about $25 is a great coin to cherry pick because you could honestly find a really nice high grade example of a lot of the 1930s dates. 36 is going to be probably top 2 in the list between this and the 37. This one right here is a Mint State 68 through NGC. It features some of the cleanest surfaces I have seen on the coin. Just a really nice strike. No distracting marks or nicks to really set this one apart. This one at a 68 is exactly what you're looking for, either for a registry set or a type piece, because at this grade level, the value is assured on there, which is really cool. This one sold for $5,766.75. And the same way goes for this one. However, it's a San Francisco, so don't let that stop you because a mid-state S mint mark 1930s coin, especially 35, 36, and 37, can be found for around $100 or so. Which makes it a really good cherry pick, especially if you found something that's as clean as an example like this. You send it out to a grader. If it comes back a 67 or higher, you're in good shape. This one right here, again, like the previous coin, exhibits a much sharper strike, great luster. Again, there's nothing that's going to say, hey, this one doesn't deserve a 67 because it really does. This one sold for $1,806.75. And the final Buffalo nickel for this episode is going to be this 28S, which is kind of like that date, once you get older in the series. 1928 always seems to be this date here in the Buffalo nickel series, where if you found a Denver or a San Francisco and it grades at least a 65 and higher, you have a big money coin. This one right here also features some interesting toning patterns on there, a little bit of yellow, some striations of what could possibly be an improper alloy mix or a woody. This is a very attractive coin. Now, 1920s Buffaloes by nature has the more subdued kind of luster, all right? So it's not something that is comparable to any 1930s Buffalo nickel whatsoever. This one sold for $2,680.88, which I think is a really good amount of money for this coin. And the final nickel of the bunch is going to be one of my favorites because it is undoubtedly a key date. This is a 1912S Liberty Head V nickel. It's the first date in which you were able to find a mint mark on a nickel. As you can see, it's on the reverse by this dot here to the left of cents. There is a Denver and San Francisco. Of course, the one that's going to carry a ton more premium is definitely the San Francisco. Plus, it has a lot lower mintage than the Denver one. But if you're looking to really dive into something that's going to be a great centerpiece for your collection, whether it's a type piece, an investment piece, or if you wanted to throw this into a registry set, you could do that as well. You could do a whole lot worse. This one right here at a mint state 64 is typically what I would refer to as a high-end grade, numerical grade for this particular date, where, you know, there is a lot more XF and AU grades of this particular type. It's also CAC certified. It's got a little bit of a tone too, kind of like a light blue, yellowish haze on both sides of the coin. Sold for $2,167.88. This is probably one of my favorites here on the list today. All right, so it's that time of the video where we really get down to brass tacks. And when we talk about brass tacks, we got to talk about Roosevelt dimes, because I think most importantly, this is a topic that I don't really deep dive into in any Monday market report, for the mere fact that for the longest time, Roosevelt dimes have been kind of the butt of the joke in the hobby, right? It's like, you know, it's a coin design that's growing long in the tooth, and you know, people were kind of speculating, oh, when's the U.S. Mint gonna redesign this? Because I think with a redesign, we're gonna get a whole new appreciation for the outgoing design, where strike designation plays a huge role, but also there's a few really big key proof coins, rarity-wise, that I think are going to get a little bit of a boost as a result of a new design. You know, it may happen. I don't know. We'll see. But this is a 68 proof Roosevelt. And yeah, check that out. It says no S as well. This is one of the rarities. It's right a step underneath the 1975 Roosevelt, with the missing mint mark. And again, same narrative applies. The Philadelphia Mint produced the proof working dies for these Roosevelt dimes, and they were sent these dies that didn't have a mint mark on them, nor did the San Francisco Mint bother to add a mint mark to them, and they just went ahead and used them. But it was caught early. There's not a lot of these 68 no S. Same with 75, which I think there's only one or two examples in existence of that particular coin. You better believe with the rarity of this coin, it's going to you know, equate to big time dollar signs. Now this one right here is a proof 67. And I'm happy to say that this one was pulled out of a proof set. So the proof is in the pudding that things like these do come out of proof sets. People have said, like, all along that, oh yeah, this is uncherry pickable, you know, and these were backdoored out of the mint. No, these were shipped out of 1968 proof sets. All it took was a little bit of looking, well, actually a lot of looking if you were searching for this, to find one. And here you go. This has the single graded Roosevelt, along with the four other coins that are ungraded, along with the government packaging that are all added together in this one. This coin, I mean, if dollar signs, you know, won't make you faint, did sell for $18,119.25. Again, a huge chase in the treasure hunt that is numismatics. You know, and it's not an old set. You know, these are available out there, and all you need is some collector that don't know what they have that's looking to sell these, and you can take advantage and come away with some riches. This is always a big coin to chase if you can. And here's the 1957. Now, this is what, you know, your consummate kind of like mid-state, out of a BU roll type of coin right here. You know, it's blast white. You know, a lot of people like the blast white look, you know, of a brand new, fresh produced coin. This is a Philadelphia as well, and the grade is impressive. It's a mid-state 67 full split bands through PCGS, and this one sold for $1,181.25. Now, the next two coins will impress you. They impress me because of their final hammer values. Starting out with a 54S, and I can tell you that S minted 1950s Roosevelts are kind of tough to find with that full strike designation of full bands or a full torch. However, this one did manage to achieve that. I know the pictures don't show it that well, but I'm sure in hand this coin certainly does fit that criteria of a full bands coin. but also it has a lot of great originality with the toning that's on there. But this is obviously going to go into a registry set. It's a mid-state 68, which I believe is the top pop for this coin in a full bands type of grade. And this one sold for $5,180.62. Second most expensive Roosevelt dime. And I would say Roosevelt dimes have outclassed all the other coins tonight, which is impressive. As a matter of fact, we didn't even get to Mercury dimes today because there was so many really good Roosevelts to cover. And then, of course, we have this 52, also a very pretty coin. I think the toning kind of won this one over to a lot of bidders. It is a Denver example, and it's also a mid-state 68, full bands through PCGS. I would figure this might be a pretty good candidate for CAC. You never know. And with that extra bump, that'll certainly shoot the value up quite a bit on this one. This one right here is sold for $4,950. We just collectively, between this coin and the previous, have over $10,000. And who would have thought out of the Roosevelt dime series that we would see this day where some of these coins have finally hit consistent $5,000 in nut price tags. It's a good thing. But it also shows you that there is more interest in Roosevelt dimes today, even without the redesign of the coin. And we're going to end it off on a few quarters. This is the only Washington, but this one is notable because a mid-state 66 for a 55D really isn't anything. All right, that's actually a coin that, a grade that you would probably expect to achieve, out of this particular date. 67, of course, is the one to get because 55 is one of the more tougher ones. This one, of course, has that really beautiful toning, and this one ended up selling for $1,152, and it's also CAC certified. And a couple Standing Liberty quarters. We have a 23S, which is what I would consider to be one of the big key dates out of the series. Of course, when you're settling for an AU55, that says a lot. And this was kind of like the big date out of the SLQs. Well, there is one other one, which we'll talk about here momentarily. But yeah, this is an AU55, and it wouldn't feel out of place in a registry set or a type set. This one sold for $2,556. Again, a lot of value here, even in about uncirculated. But you can't finish it off that way, okay? We got to put in a huge gauntlet coin. How about a 1916 Standing Liberty quarter with a mintage of only 52,000? It's very, very scarce. This Standing Liberty right here is, the coin that dreams are made of. And this one, make no mistake, 65 full head is a dreamy coin. It's the first date, of course, of the series. One of the most popular of this modern era. And this one right here realized $36,000, which, can do a whole lot for someone's situation. Just a really good looking coin. And I'm glad we were able to end it off on this one. But that's going to go ahead and do it for the Monday Market Report, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. It was a pleasure yet again to talk about this with you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell for instant notifications, but that's going to go ahead and do it. Enjoy the rest of your guys this Sunday evening, or if you're catching this on Monday, you guys have a wonderful week. Don't work so hard, and I wish you guys well. You guys take care. Have a great week, and I'll see you on the next coin video. So long.